Alright, this is my digital world project for the top 10 things that I've learned in this class this semester. So the 10th thing, or the thing that I put 10th on my list of the things I've learned was the use of Codable. So basically Codable was our introduction into coding, giving us like knowledge on the process and how you have to go through a sequence of events to get to your goal. So it was a small little game that got us introduced to coding in general. My ninth thing would be essay writing. This class is filled with essays. Basically every week we have at least one, and then closer to the end of the semester you start getting more often, and you have to learn how to manage your time and learn how to write multiple essays at once. So it sort of fits in with doing two things at once and multitasking, which is very difficult in this class. Number 8 would be online privacy. So when we did these, Stalk a Stranger project, where we basically had to find a person on the internet, a random person, and find information about them, this kind of showed me how much and how easy it can be for other people to get information on you, and it sort of scared me. So I think the day after I learned about this project, or after I finished my project, I went back to all my social media accounts and checked all the privacy settings to make sure that I knew exactly what I had. And then for number 7 would be learning about servers and computers, and also how at Harker, how those servers work and how massive they actually are. So I think my favorite project about this was when we were able to take it apart and see the components of the server, and then we got to go to the server rooms at Harker and see how much power it actually takes to run all three schools, or all three campuses. And then there was also forum discussion, which was very, very important to this class and important to my learning in this class, because it required us to think of things like together and argue about things together to come to either consensus or our own viewpoints, and it was used very well for things like Apple versus the government. And number 5 would be Remind. This could be higher on the list, but being that it wasn't really something I learned about, I mean, we used it, but I didn't learn about Remind itself that much. It's at number 5, but we use this every single day in this class on our phones, to get updates on what we have to do for projects and also for due dates. And a cool thing about Remind is that you could have it in text message form. So instead of actually having to open the app, you can just text with your teacher. It's very nice and a very good communication tool for talking to your class. Then there's Minecraft EDU, which was a very integral part of this class, where basically we went to the world and we learned about different things, how to build in Minecraft, how to destroy in Minecraft, and how to do certain solve problems, find materials, and stuff like that. Also, Turtle Island was a very big part of Minecraft EDU, and that was another introduction to programming, where we had to go through different levels and steps using these turtles, which are basically like command things, and solve problems with those and add commands to them. And then screencasting, very important. It's what I'm doing right now to record this video. Screencasting was extremely important to this class because many of our projects revolved around us making PowerPoints like this and then recording our audio and then uploading them to YouTube. So YouTube sort of goes in with the screencasting part. Also was very important or interesting to me because I had never really known how to screencast. So I now know that I can make YouTube videos like this, where I can screencast my screen or videotape my screen and then talk over it to create a video. Number 2 is CodeMonkey. So CodeMonkey is very high up on the list because it was basically our programming in this class. Although it wasn't very difficult and the commands that we used weren't like really difficult commands or used by professional programmers or people whose job is to program, it gave us a very nice and sort of easy way or introduction to programming in general. And then also the gaming component of it made it very, very fun to use and go through the worlds and levels, learning different commands and such. And then on the very top of my list is the use of gaming and learning. And I know lots of the other things that I talked about go into this because this class is very much based on that with Minecraft and CodeMonkey. But basically, gaming and learning, my opinions on it and what I learned about it is that it's very useful because you can stand in front of a class and you can lecture and spew out information to your students for hours on end, and they'll learn it for the year, and then when the year's over, it's gonna go right through their head. Like, they're not gonna remember that much stuff as well because they're not gonna be able to relate that to a fun memory. But using gaming and learning, it requires students to requires them to be engaged with what they're doing and work together with other people inside the gaming world. And I thought that was very, very important and very cool how that was used to run this class. And here are my citations for all my images. And yeah, thank you for watching.